Hi, good morning, everybody. So, life after lockdown, we've started to plan for the comeback now, and all of us are trying to work out how to logistically plan to come back to our offices. We're obviously going to be quite a long way down the pecking order in terms of priority because most of us are able to work from home and have our workforce work from home. But as we start to plan for the future, work out how we're going to logistically manage interaction at our offices that are built and designed for social interaction, collaboration, brainstorming. It's going to be challenging for us all to work out how that is going to actually turn out in practice, whether we're working on rotas, all the hygiene we've got to think about, and then there's the public transport issues of how people are actually going to get into work, and whether working from work will actually ever be the same again, or whether actually at the end of the day this is going to be a short-term solution over the next year. We've got to look at what's been working really well while we've all been working from home, and actually all those good things that we really should make sure that we keep once we come out of lockdown. So lots of immediate challenges ahead. One thing that will be certain to stay is that we now know we have to be more agile, we have to be more fluid, we have to be more flexible, we have to manage, whatever size we are as a business, have to be managing our fixed costs better so that we can be more agile in the future. So looking ahead, some sort of predictions. We've been told that this global depression is going to be potentially 3 times worse than 2008-9. We'll see whether that is the case or not. But one thing is for sure is that the redundancy programs have only just started. Unemployment is going to go up from around 3 or 4% to potentially up to 10%. Question mark whether London will be hit as badly as other places in the country, but we will definitely see more people looking for work. And this has got 2 sides to it. The first side of it is probably good for companies in that wage inflation will start to stop, and there'll be an increase in supply, which also means there'll be far more people applying for vacancies when the permanent job market starts to pick up, and we don't know when that will be. So that's going to be, one challenge for organisations, is to manage the flow of people applying for jobs. But the good news is, as I say, is that there will be wage inflation will stop or start to stop, and we've seen a lot of that over the last few years. The second thing is that contract and flexible working, agile working will be the first thing to pick up, because organisations will not want to be adding to their fixed costs with permanent employment. And one thing will be to take on a contractor first. Those contractors will be project-based, flexible working, agile working, possibly working from home to start with. And that market will, without a doubt, pick up first. Thirdly, diversity and inclusion. There's been a lot of talk about how inclusivity will go to the sort of bottom of the list as companies start to look at how they're financing projects that they don't necessarily see as being top of the list anymore. I think inclusion and diversity will carry on being a real priority for organisations. One thing we found is that our flexible contract workforce that we have working for our clients, 35% of the people that contract through us are from a Black, Asian, minority background. And when we've looked into this, we found out that people do actually like to try an organisation first to ensure that their values fit an individual's values. And one way of finding that out is obviously to contract or work for that organisation on a non-permanent contract first. So that's good news for people from a Black, Asian, minority background. I think that group will be able to find work. And I think organisations should be aware that Black, Asian, minority, ethnic people do like to try out an organisation first before they commit. So there's every reason, if that group of the workforce contractors are going to come back first, that there is a real opportunity to access a more inclusive group of people to ensure that our agencies and in-house teams, marketing and comms and sports marketing, do become more inclusive in the future. I think the other challenge for recruitment companies is going to remain is to be relevant for the future. There's no doubt that in-house talent teams could potentially become overwhelmed with the amount of traffic and the amount of people applying for each individual role. We want to be able to get to the right people quickly and to get them on board quickly without protracted interviews, long interviews, protracted interview process. And how do we get to the right people, the right diverse community of people for our contract and short-term roles. So recruitment companies are going to need to work alongside in-house talent teams to ensure reaching the right people, but also the people that they are reaching are getting a good employer brand experience. And we've all had experiences of applying to a job via LinkedIn or directly and just simply not getting any reply or not having a good experience with an organisation through the recruitment process, and employers are going to need to think really, really carefully about that. And hopefully there'll be more partnerships between in-house talent teams and third-party recruitment consultancies. Certainly recruitment consultancies are going to need to demonstrate a track record of integrity and also be able to demonstrate that they are thinking in a disruptive manner about how organisations are going to manage a more agile, flexible workforce in the future, but also one that is diverse and is also inclusive. So those are my insights at the moment. The next month, 2 months, as we plan and implement our comeback, are going to be challenging for everybody as we take our people from lockdown into planning for the next step and the new normal. Okay, I'll come back and speak to you all soon.